Well, good day, everybody. It is Wednesday, September 11th, 2024. We got to take a quick moment to honor the people who lost their lives on September 11th. That's something that I think for most of us alive today that were old enough to witness it was probably one of the biggest events that we ever saw, you know. And things are crazy today, but that day, September 11th, I mean, I remember exactly where I was. I remember being glued to the TV. I remember that was also basically the kickoff for me into paying more attention to what these governments are actually doing, because I immediately thought it was odd that they determined that bin Laden, who was in Afghanistan, was behind the September 11 attacks, but the first thing they did was to go into Iraq and get Saddam Hussein. That never made sense to me, and then after some years, I got into the whole Building 7, and down the rabbit hole you go. So that was basically my kickoff into politics and checking out what's actually going on and start paying attention. And as we know, ever since then, the craziness has just ramped up and ramped up and ramped up, and it's continued to ramp up to today. So anyway, guys, it's September 11th. It's Wednesday. It's 2024 still, unfortunately. It'd be great if it was already 2025 and Donald Trump was already in the White House and our government here in Germany had finished out at least half of their last term, and they're going to be voted out next year, God willing, right? So it's 8 o'clock in the morning here in Germany. This is the Insanity Report for today, and of course, not of course, because actually I had something different planned for today, because I didn't think that I would have to say much about the debate, right? The Kamala Harris-Donald Trump debate. I did not think that I was going to have to make any long-standing video or long-playing video about it, because I thought it was going to be basically just open and shut. And actually it is, right? Actually it really is. But I saw points in the debate where I think that the normies, the independents, and those are the people that both candidates are trying to reach right now. I saw points that the media is going to be able to spin, and regular people are going to be able to manipulate regular people into thinking that Kamala Harris did well in this debate at all. And see, I want to dispel that notion for everybody right now, okay? Look, the first thing that everybody should pay attention to, and I hope that everybody caught it, is that when Kamala Harris was asked a question in this debate, she basically platituded and deflected on everything, right? Everything was about optimism and lifting people up and all these tropes, and that they just sound like bullshit. I mean, if you were listening to this debate, you didn't know who the people were, and you don't even have to see them. You can just listen. If you didn't know who the people were and this debate was taking place, just the way Kamala Harris makes a delivery or speaks about things, it sounds politician-y, right? It sounds fake, right? And when Donald Trump said something, it sounds real. And that's the one thing that I got out of it, is that she sounds so fake. And there's a reason for that. The reason for that is she's got no plan. So she's got to talk in platitudes and tropes and optimism and joy and, lifting people up and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Shit, it had no substance whatsoever. You know what I mean? And Trump is right. Basically, her plan is run, spot, run. And that was hilarious, by the way. That was hilarious. You got to give him that. He is fucking funny, right? So, it sounds fake. Her, what she said sounds fake almost all around. You know what I mean? That's the one thing. The second thing that's important to notice is that the only reason that Kamala Harris may appear to look good in this debate is because the so-called neutral moderators, once again, weren't neutral, right? Okay, they asked her a tough question, but she didn't answer it, right? They asked the right questions in some cases, you know what I'm saying? I was pretty impressed about the question about why Kamala Harris basically turned on all of the things that she thought before, you know, defund the police and the whole thing. You know, that was a good question. That was a really good question, but she didn't answer the question. And when she didn't answer the question, they just kind of skipped over to it and let Trump answer. And then when he wasn't even done, they were like, okay, we got a lot of stuff to get to, so shut the fuck up, right? They did that basically every time, right? And so when Donald Trump asked his question, I mean, he talked about the dogs being eaten. Now, again, I'm not sure that's true. I know that they're like, the migrants are killing ducks and geese and shit. That's what I've heard. I've not heard of anybody's dog getting stolen and eaten. I mean, if it might be true. I mean, Trump says there's people reporting about it. So it could be true. Doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter, right? What matters is they even fact-checked him on that, right? And when Kamala Harris just breezes over all the questions she gets, they don't rebuke her. They don't rebuttal. They don't make a rebuttal. You know, they don't cross-examine like they do with Trump. That's important to notice because that makes Kamala Harris look like, you know, she's answering everything right. What she says sounds great. To the people who are uninformed and, you know, don't care, she sounds, oh, that's great. You know, joy and uplifting and optimism and future, not past, and forward, not backwards. And I mean, come on. Anybody with a couple brain cells can get that that's complete shit. She didn't answer any of the questions, right? So that's part of the problem. She didn't answer any of the questions, and the moderators let her get away with that. They did not, however, let Trump get away with it. So when people watch this, people who with just superficial, the headline readers, they're going to look at it and go, see, Trump just tries to refuse every question. Thank God those moderators are there. So he's trying to lie. He's trying to deflect the answer. And so the moderators are keeping him in check really good. But they don't really seem to see that Kamala Harris is getting away with not answering absolutely anything. Okay? That's one of the things. But, so if that, I mean, really pay attention to that. That's not really how things should go, right? So they were obviously biased in favor of her. You know, they let her get away with obvious debunked things. The very fine people on both sides shit is total bullshit. We all know that, right? And that's just one of the examples. You know, the Charlottesville, the whole thing. They let her get away with all of these things that we know are not true. The disparaging the military members, also not true. We know it's not true, right? Again, January 6th, inciting a fucking riot. We know that's not true. He said, peacefully and patriotically, you know what I'm saying? Let your voice be heard at the Capitol. That is not inciting a riot. I'm sorry. Okay? And if it was, Maxine Waters, et cetera, a bunch of Democrats, all these people should also be indicted for these same things. They also incited violence, especially during BLM. They incited the shit out of some violence during BLM, these people. They were even bailing them out of jail. Kamala Harris was bailing them out of jail. We can't forget that. Now, I know Trump didn't have time to bring up everything, you know, but he's basically showed, the basic thing here is, the country right now, under Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, you know, she tries to distance herself from Joe Biden when it comes to where they failed at, which is absolutely everything. But then she, when there's something that she believes is an accomplishment, well, then she then she wants to basically she wants to basically take the credit, right? So. What are we talking about? Is she part of the administration or not? Yes, and Donald Trump made that clear. And the most important thing that you can get out of this whole debate is the closing statements, where Donald Trump asked, if she wants to do all these things, she's been the vice president for 3 years, almost 4, right? You know, and she hasn't delivered on anything, even the position she was given of border czar, which they also tried to deny that she was the border czar. She was the border czar. She was officially named the border czar and didn't do squat. 12 million more people came into the country while she was the border czar, or something like that. Or how the hell do they actually even know? You know, I say these numbers as if they're real numbers. Who the fuck knows? You know what I mean? What, they got a clicker? They got a guy at the border with a clicker? You know, counting? Come on. How the hell do they know how many people it is? It's millions. But how many million? Who the fuck knows, right? So she hasn't accomplished anything, right? And if she wanted to do all these things that she's claiming to do, the optimism and the joy and the upliftedness and the housing plan and whatever, why is she not talking to Congress? Why is she not collaborating with the president, who is AWOL, to get these things done? Why haven't they done any of them in the last 3 years? Why haven't they closed the border, et cetera, et cetera? Trump is dead on. That opening or closing statement is all that matters, right? That's all that matters. That's the winner. That's what makes you see, hey, that's actually right. Under Trump, the country was in much better shape. The world was in much better shape. There is no denying that, people. There's no denying that. So look, if you're a normie, if you're an independent voter, if you're someone who doesn't really pay that much attention, and you watch this debate, we all watched it. You know that what Kamala Harris is saying is utter lunacy. It's bullshit. And it sounds like bullshit. And it smells like bullshit. It looks like bullshit. And you know it. And when Trump says something about, hey, look, the facts are, you've had 4 years to do all this stuff, you haven't done a damn thing. You've only done the opposite of everything. You know what I mean? And when I was here, everything was better. That's all that matters. That's right. That's right. You don't have to like Donald Trump as a person, but you have to admit that your life and everybody else's life was better when Donald Trump was president than it is now when Joe Biden is president and Kamala Harris is the vice president. Again, she can't just distance herself from the administration of Biden when it suits her and then take credit for the things that she thinks are accomplishments. It doesn't work like that, and you see her doing it. So that just shows you how disingenuous she is. It shows you how she's not real. You know what I'm saying? She's not real. It's bananas, okay? And look, the part that I like the most, and I know that, it's going to piss off all the feminists. There's going to be people on mainstream media tomorrow, or today then, actually, because it's today for me, but they're going to be there. They're going to be there. They're outraged about how Donald Trump shut up the Kamala Harris boss queen. You know what I mean? Because she told her to be quiet twice. That's her line, right? Actually, Kamala Harris was hoping that she could go, I'm speaking. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking. She hoped so. God, and he took it from her. He took it from her twice. You saw it on her face, how pissed she was that he took her line. I mean, she's been stealing his policies, so I think that he can take her line, right? I think he can take it. And it sounds better when he does it. I know. A lot of people are like, well, you can't speak to a woman like that. No, listen here. I love women. I love my wife. I love my mom. Women are great, right? But it can't be that I have to allow myself to be interrupted by a woman in a debate, right? And then when she tries it, I can't shut her up. That can't be right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not allowed to say, I'm speaking. I'm not allowed to say, be quiet, because I'm a man and she's a woman. Look, her being a woman does not impress me. You know what I'm saying? That's not for me, that's not a criteria of being the president of the United States. A woman or a man, doesn't matter. Black or white, doesn't matter. They have to be good at the job. Kamala Harris has proven she is not good at the job. She can't be vice president, so that basically means you can't also be president. You don't get promoted to CEO of a company if you are a bad manager and you can't do your job as the manager, right? It doesn't work like that, people. I'm sorry. And being black and a woman doesn't get you any extra points, or it shouldn't. I know it does, but it shouldn't. Look, and Kamala Harris is a snooty, snotty, bratty, down-talking, disrespectful woman, right? And when she's disrespectful, she gets treated disrespectfully. That's how it works. Just being a woman doesn't give you the right to be disrespectful to somebody, especially just because they're a man, and then cry about it when they are disrespectful in return. And actually, Trump wasn't being disrespectful. She was being disrespectful because she tried to interrupt him. Something that everybody thought Trump was going to do, but she did it. So he got to use her line, and he got to tell her to shut the fuck up, which is good. It made her look stupid, and I like it. And all of his supporters like it. You know what I'm saying? People don't want to see a weak-ass man up there that's afraid to backtalk a woman or mansplain a woman. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to see that. That's not who you want to be president. You don't want Tim Walz as president. You want him as a lapdog vice president if you're Kamala Harris, but you don't want him to be president. He's a wuss. People don't like wusses, right? Not for president. People like wusses because they can control them. You know what I mean? Because they can manipulate them. They don't like wusses to be the caretaker, the president, the protector, whatever. You can't have a wuss being the protector. You can't have a wuss as president, commander-in-chief. You know? Can't have it. I mean, look, between Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, Kamala Harris is more manly. She's stronger than Tim Walz, you know, mentally and personally. Maybe that's because Tim Walz feels, because he's one of these Democrats that feels that he has to bow down because Kamala is a woman and she might be black. So that means he is already, you know, ranking himself under her and being a subservient lapdog, because that's how he acts, like a subservient lapdog. I mean, it's disgusting. It's pathetic to watch. I'm sorry. But hey, look, guys, the debate, a clear win for Trump. I know that the Democrats and the lefties and the people who are, you know, drank the Kool-Aid completely, I know that they are going to believe, and you know, they're going to be on Twitter. I'm going to open Twitter later, and I'm going to see everybody on there talking about how Kamala trounced Trump, and whoa, they're popping the champagne, and they're like, yes, girl boss, woo, we won. And our side is going, Jesus, Trump fucking won that shit, right? I mean, just think about it. Of course those people are going to be thinking they won this, or they're going to claim they won it, because all they do, that's their whole thing. They're projectionists. They project. They don't actually do anything. They don't live in reality. They all live in this made-up reality, and they all really believe in it, right? They don't look at reality. They make a reality how they want it. They do that same thing here in Germany. The leftist ideologues, the Green Party, you know what I'm saying? The wokesters. They build their own reality, and they all live together in it. So of course they're all going to go, yay, we won, because they don't see that they didn't. You see what I'm saying? Of course Donald Trump won this debate. Anybody with two eyes can see it. Anybody with ears can hear it. And it doesn't matter what he said through the whole thing. It doesn't matter what he said. The only thing that matters is the closing statement. The closing statement where Donald Trump said, why haven't you done any of this stuff already? And even the stuff wasn't clear. What's she going to do? Oh, she's got a plan. Oh, the only plan she actually came up with, as a matter of fact, was buying votes. So, we're going to give tax credits to these people. We're going to give $6,000 to families. We're going to give $50,000 for startups. Oh, okay, I see. So, you want to buy my vote, right? That's what that is. That's vote buying. It's signaling to the American people, hey, look, if you vote for me, maybe we'll hook you up. Right? Donald Trump didn't say that. Donald Trump said, we're going to make America great again, right? And everybody's going to benefit from it. He didn't say how. He didn't say how much money he's going to give everybody or any shit like that, because that's not part of the plan. And that's not how you do policy. You don't just, wave money in people's faces and expect them to dance. That's not how politics works. Politics is diplomacy and, policy. And Kamala Harris got no policy. Run, spot, run. That's it, right? No policy. Kamala Harris clearly lost this debate, people. Hey, look, you're welcome to disagree with me. You're welcome to argue any of the points that I made against me. Please leave a comment below. Please prove me wrong that Kamala Harris won this debate. Please tell me that you think Kamala Harris won this debate and tell me why. Okay? That would be fantastic, because I'm going to love to go over it, because it's going to be hilarious to read it, because whatever shit you're going to have to dream up to protect this woman's performance at this debate, it's going to be a tough one, but it's going to be funny to read. Guys, if you like my stuff, if you want to get the Insanity Report every day of the week, the weekly rant on the weekends, the podcast recommendations on the weekends, or any one of my detailed articles directly into your inbox as they are published, then subscribe to my Substack. The links are below. Click on them. Subscribe right now. You can do it for free, but you can also do it for $5 a month, which would be great for me. So I'd appreciate that, of course, right? And if you're watching this on any other platform, follow me there, but please also join the Substack. Substack address is It's All About Logic, all one word, It's all about logic, all one word, .substack.com. Join me there where you can get everything. It's easier for you, it's easier for me, and I look forward to seeing you guys there. So, guys, that's it for the Insanity Report today. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, that pretty much does it. See you guys later.